it is part 42, y'all, and we're going to jump right into it. I deleted the shirt, so let us dive right into it. We're going to select our base mesh in object mode. We're going to tab into edit mode and wireframe mode. Hit numpad 1. We're going to hide the close and select our mesh. Oh, we want to make sure faces are on. Okay, and then we'll shift click to about here and here as well. Let's do that. That right there, looking sharp. Goes around the back, nice little contour. This. Here, let's go here. Just make that much easier on ourselves in terms of what we can and can't see. And we'll smooth that out in a second. We don't need these either. Okay, so this is going to be our shirt. How we doing up here? Okay, not bad. Right there. You know what? I'm going to unselect this one, and then I'm just going to bridge these two meshes. Okay, outstanding. So let's go Shift D to duplicate this. Enter to lock it into place. P creates a new separation. We want to separate our mesh by selection. And now just like that, I can grab in object mode. I can grab our shirt. I'm going to escape out of that. And up here, I want to write shirt, okay? We want to keep our layers organized. And I'm going to plug this into close, and I'll turn them back on. Okay, well, I'll hide these for the time being, just because. All right, now with our shirt selected, we're going to do kind of the same thing we did before. Same thing we've been doing this whole time. All right, we want to bring these out a little bit. So with proportional selection, just grab it a tiny little bit and start to bring it out. Okay. Some sleeve action. Here, hang on a sec. We'll scale that sleeve up. Okay, we're going to have to take care of these nipples because dress shirts don't nip that hard. Yeah, I said it. Unless it's very cold. But that's a horse of a different color. Okay. Go underneath. We want to make sure our whole model is shirting the way the shirt should shirt. Okay. We'll scale this out in a second. Right, so we want to come in here, and I want to take, there should be, oh, we got to smooth this out as well. Okay, this right here, and this right here. I want to M these two at center. There we go, and just merge those two like that. Okay, and then I'll bring this back on, and then now we'll bring this out. There we go, like that, and just start to bring out the back. Like that. How's that look? Not too shabby. Oh, I suppose I could have turned snapping out. Would have made my life. How does that look? That down here needs to come out a little bit as well. Move that back a little bit. Okay, there's that. Out a little bit. Okay. And then this needs to okay. Bring this out. This. This should actually be dissolved completely, because shirts don't really have nipples. So let's smooth this out like so, and then turn this back on and bring this out like this. Scale that in like that, and then grid fill it, and then come over here and punch these out a little bit. belly button because shirts don't have these. Fact. Verts. Okay. Let's take this and extrude to meet its compatriot and extrude up to meet its equal, and then we'll go one. Well, then let's go. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, then we got to shift click and just go face, and then we go shift click and go face. Oh, these aren't connected. I understand now. So then let's delete that. And then let's extrude that there. Okay. We should, in theory, there we go. Okay, so there's the bottom of our shirt. We can move this out on the Y, a scotch. And then let's move this out the back. Also a scotch. Just a scotch. Grab this on the Z, bring that down, see how that's playing. Okay, what do we have here? Well, okay, with it on simple, it's not nearly covering it up as much as it needs to, so well, let's help it out. Yeah? Yeah, let's help it out. Should see what I'm doing, and way more importantly, you know how to do it. Same thing we did with the hair and the sock. Just lining stuff up. if you're already there, if you've already beaten me to it, then just relax and take a breather. Wait for me to catch up. Okay? I'm just making sure that all this is where it needs to be. Okay, I'm going to Alt select this right here and scale it out. Okay, let's scale this out like that. Perfect. Okay, like that. There's a collar. Can actually bring this in a little more. Just like that. Okay, nice little shirt. Okay, now let's add a material. New, we'll call this shirt. And we'll just make this very white. Okay. So now if we come here, there we go. There's our white shirt. And way more importantly, we can see where it's not on all the way, which is super valuable. Okay, so we can just make sure that this touches everything it needs to touch. Okay, let's come down here real quick. Let's select these with Alt click and then scale Z on the 0. Let's try something very quickly. And then scale this out like that, just like there. Okay. Let's go to numpad 3. Rotate like this. And scale in along the y-axis like that. To get the front. Come in here. One of these like that. Okay. I get this like that. And we're just tucking our shirt in. Notice hitting G and it's really kind of doing it itself. Alright, that's in. Nice and tucked. Let's hit G, that tucks in. And then this, this is bothering me right here. So I'm just going to delete this and see what happens. Not sure where that's coming from. So I'm going to back out. Okay, you get deleted too. I hope you weren't important. Okay, so this is 1, 2. Here we go. So let's go here. Here, so we'll go bring this down like that. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, face. And then we'll just hit face again. 1. Well, okay. And then let's extrude this. Oh, clipping's not on. So let's turn clipping on. And then extrude to meet it in the middle. What do we got? 2 here? Oh boy, we don't want that. let's merge it. So we got some extra verts running around. Oh man, if we got extra verts running around, we are in for a, well, we're in for a treat. Okay, so now if we just hit face, that cleans itself up. Okay. And now let us select 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Maybe we can try and smooth this out like that. Okay, nice and smooth. Then we just bring it down. Like that. And then over here, where are these at? These need to come out like that. And there you go. So now she's in her shirt. It's tucked in. Okay, let's save our work and let's build out our collar up here. Okay, so I'm going to alt-click this loop cut right here. Let's scale on the Z at 0 and scale this out just so we can see everything that we're working with. We'll scale this in on the Y to bring that closer to the neck, and that's a fine starting point. We're okay with that. So now let us extrude up on the Z right there. Okay, now this is going to get kind of crazy. Let's extrude out like this and then like pull it over. Do you see what I'm doing? I extrude it again and I'm pulling it like this, like when water goes up a fountain and it naturally comes down. So this is the collar right here. I'm going to escape out of this right here. This right here, the cloth comes up, the fabric comes up, and then it curves over. Okay, so let's do that again. Let's extrude this way and pull down like this. Okay, and then if it goes in like that, if you hit Control, it pops out. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Whoa, not quite sure what. Okay, that was probably an error. We definitely want to extrude along normals. Okay, so let's square this up and go extrude on the Z and just bring that up like this. Check our work, numpad 3. That's not what we wanted. Why do we got, oh, maybe because snapping's on. Okay, so before we do anything, turn snapping off. Turn proportional editing off as well. All right, now if we extrude on the Z, it just goes straight up. Okay, so now let's hit numpad 1 and extrude on the Z and just go straight up. Okay, then if we hit numpad 3, okay, we're good all around. If we hit Control here, we can move this. All right, we're not worried about that yet. So this is going to be the top of the collar. Now watch what happens when we extrude. We want to make sure we're extruding along the normals. Extrude again, and we pull it over. We're like pulling the collar over. Okay, kind of like that. And okay, we're okay with that. We might need to scale it along the Y a little bit just to bring it out, which is fine. We can bring this in a little bit. We can bring here, we can bring this. Rotate this a little bit. Okay, we can bring this in a little bit like that, just to kind of form the contours. Now we have a pretty nice collar. We bring this in as well, like that. Okay, now what we want to do in edit mode with vertex selected, we want to select this one right here and this one right here. These two, we got to separate this collar. Okay, so come over and turn clipping off, and then grab them and just separate them like this. Okay, like that. See what I'm doing? And then we can grab this. We're bringing this down like this. Let's separate this as well. Clipping's off, so we'll bring this over. We'll separate this. We'll separate this. And we'll separate this. Okay. Okay, now we got a nice little collar. Then we can come over here and bring it out like that. Escape out of that. Get this one. Bring it down a little bit. Bring it up a little bit. Okay. All right, everybody save the work. Okay, not bad. If you want to make this a little sharper, you can add a loop cut here and just pull this down, and you see how it really kind of makes this, it kind of makes it just look truer to form. And how are we doing on time? All right, that's you know what? I think that's enough for this one. We will pick it up in the next one. We'll do the tie, and then the shoes. Right, the tie, the vest, the shoes, and then we're done modeling. And we can get on to texturing and vertex painting and all that kind of fun stuff. So get up, get a stretch, get a bend, and walk around, get the blood moving, and we'll see you in the next one.